Welcome to my presentation. All right, and this presentation is done by Josephine. So my presentation, I'm doing Canvas navigation automation. For those who haven't heard about Canvas, it's just a learning management system where we use for students. Okay, where a student can access their courses that they're taking, where they can find like assignments and everything to do with their classes. So I decided to do this one just to have touch of the things that we have learned. So, and using Selenium and Cucumber too. All right, so this is an end-to-end automated testing of Canvas learning management system. All right, so what we have in here, there is for Selenium WebDriver, Cucumber behavior. Give me a second. I want to be saying the words in full. Okay, so this is for Cucumber Cucumber behavior driven development. So we'll get into that. Then we have Java, the language used, that's for the computer language. And we have IntelliJ as our IDE. All right, so the overview of the project, we're doing automates on Canvas. So the whole thing is to log in, navigate to the course, and go to the course select sections. Then we have Selenium WebDriver. We have Java and Cucumber. So the framework is the whole full login and course navigation that has been implemented. Right. Then next. All right. So the 9 things that were automated in this, 9 of them, and all of them they were able to run after testing them. So the whole point was for students to be able to repeat the same, like doing the same thing, being able to go to the same section, going back and forth. So it was able to do the whole automation and ensuring that all course selections load correctly and remain accessible throughout the semester. That's the whole point of doing this test. Okay, LMS stability validates that Canvas remains functional after updates or maintenance window, and also to demonstrate that practical and industry relevant automation skills. Right. All right, so the tools that were used, we have Java, that's the primary language, as I introduced at the beginning. Java is the language used. Then we have Selenium WebDriver, which controls the Chrome browser, and it does the whole clicking, types, navigating. Then we have Cucumber, that's for the language, right? And this one is it's in plain language that any other person can easily understand what's going on. Then we have JUnit, that's the test runner that connects the Cucumber to the Java environment. Then we have the Chrome driver, which bridges between Selenium and the Chrome browser, and IntelliJ, our IDE. That's where our program is written, run, and also debug. All right, so as you can see how my program is stated here, and I can IntelliJ, so I show you exactly what's here. So here is just describing from the source. We have main Java where my project is. This is like a standalone, the one that does the without using Cucumber. Then we have test runner for this is for Cucumber and also for this is also part of the Cucumber one. And I don't know if you're able to see my IntelliJ. Please let me know. Are you able to see it? Yes or no?
Yes, we can.
Yep. Oh, you can see my IntelliJ?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, oh, sorry. Let me close this one. This is like my assignment. One thing, this is just a note, I didn't know how to use IntelliJ, but after learning what we've been learning, I'm now using IntelliJ for my own classwork. So this is like another takeaway from doing this course, because I was always using Eclipse, but now I'm using IntelliJ. All right, so let's go back to our I'm on the right click. Oh, this is not the place. Okay, here we are. Okay, so as you can see in my IntelliJ, don't mind about all these other what we are learning. But in this area, what I have is my project one here. Okay, so this one, the standalone, the one that's in Selenium, sorry. Okay, so this one, if we go, this one is just for, it's different from Cucumber, right? Because Cucumber has like the whole description of plain language. So this is just like the one I did on like a standalone one. I don't think I have to run that one. I'll just focus on the Cucumber one. So, and I wanted to see, for you to see what I have on my PowerPoint, this side. I hope you're able to see that there is source, then there is project one. Then I have, if we go to test, we have the test runner. Then we have in the resources where we have I have this canvas navigation. Yeah. So we have this canvas navigation feature and test runner. Where is it? Okay. Yeah. Everything steps. It should be. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. All right. So I'll go back. I open tabs. Okay. So as you can see, this is just the whole structure that I have in IntelliJ. All right. So for canvas navigation for features, so feature describe behavior in plain English. Then we have navigation steps, which are step definitions. This is for Selenium code for each step. Then we have test runner, the one that connects the feature file, the step definitions, and JUnit. That's where now we get that whole, to see the whole testing. All right, and I have this project one that I showed is a standalone, and this is just for direct script execution. All right. The next, so for our, just a small description of what is Gherkin syntax. So it's a plain English format that describes application behavior. that is readable by developers, testers, and also non-technical stakeholders alike. So any person is able to read this. And each line maps directly to Java method in the step definition file connecting the test description to the Selenium automation code. So here, what I have in my Canvas navigation feature, we have student navigate through all course sections. Then we have given the browser, when the browser is open, the user will enter their login, then username, password. Then we click the login button. Then the user selects the course. They go to announcements. Then we have the user can select assignments, modules, quizzes, grades, also Zoom when they want to access the Zoom link, the files, their media, and also materials. So all these, they are in the Canvas. All right. So for our step definitions, it does map every Gherkin step. So we have these at given, at when, at and, at then, which are in plain English. So we are using Selenium WebDriver, and we have weights. So I'm using explicit weights, okay? Because for when I was trying to run it at first, I had all these moments where it would just open and be stuck. Then later on, I realized that okay, it needed the whole weights and all that. Okay, so it handles all 9 sections, right? So this is just example of the code. So when we're done looking at this, I'll show you how it works on IntelliJ, how the test run. I'll still get to show that. Okay, then we have the login. What happens that, so the WebDriver waits. So we have this waits until expected conditions. And when it's clickable, I guess I should just go there so that we see what's happening. When we see that, then we should be able to relate with what's on the PowerPoint. Okay, so for this one, I'll just go on the my test runner. Please don't disappoint me right now. Okay, so our test runner, as we can see, I have my features here where the file is located. Then go to step definitions. My tag is Canvas navigation, and the plugin in our test runner. So I'll try to hit the test runner and see what's going on. Okay, so it's doing the login, and I'll have to be the one confirming here with your security. So I'll get that notification on my phone, then I have to approve, and I'll do yes, this is my device, and it logs in. All right, so these are the classes that I'm taking. So I just picked one specific. So as you can see, it's going on each and every section. Make sure that those sections are able, like a student can click them, they can go to it, go back, click on each and every section, and it's opening just fine. All right, so the test passed. That's what we're looking for, so that it all passed and it's able to go through all those sections and everything is working just fine. So back to my PowerPoint. So we have the WebDriver, the weights. So I have those weights in here where they show, okay, as you can see here, number 2, it says wait for a link to be ready, wait until, so we have until the expected condition is met, then it goes to the next thing, then the navigate to course. So it's going like back and going to the same place, go to one place, go back, go to one place, go back. So before each section, the driver navigates to course URL and returns to the course home, and making sure that we're going back to the same place and starting again. Okay, so our system is able to show that it all worked. Here, like I put for announcements, then with the URL that I used, it shows that it prints the confirmation of each successful navigation, and it can also pause in between. So this is just the amount of time that it is able to like wait before it can click to the other place. So more like giving it enough time. Okay. All right. So what the test runner does, as you saw, I just went straight to test runner. So test runner, it tells Cucumber where the feature files are located. Then it also points to the step definitions. I showed that. We have the step definitions. Then we have and it filters which scenarios to run using the canvas navigation tag, which I have here on the tags. Then we have applies the pretty plug in for readable console output. All right. And then at run, the button that I clicked, the one to run, then it gives that control to the JUnit to do the work. All right. So from what we've seen, we have seen the login by ID, then by name. This is just what I accessed, how the user can get to the login, okay, after doing the inspection and all that. So anyway, then it selects the course, and that was done by using the locator XPath. While here for login, our locator was by ID. And announcements were also by ID, assignments, ID, modules, ID. So the rest were all by ID. So those are like our locators. Okay. All right, so as you can see, we went to 9 sections. They all worked and none was broken. So that means I can use this same for another course. If I want to, I can just go there and change the course name and put another course, and it will still be able to do the same thing that has been done. So in this, what I learned is writing maintainable locators. So this is where it took me a while on the locators part. It took me a while. So ID worked perfectly. So since it was actually there, and also I had XPath, which was only in one place actually. So for XPath, as you can see, it was only for selecting the course. And what else? I also learned the inspecting of the whole inspecting where you get the locators. Then also using the weights effectively. So explicit weights, this is what worked for me. And also, then I also learned about the structuring of behavior, of behavior-driven development, BDD. Okay, so it's like if I give it to someone, they will be able to just see what's going on. They'll be able to read and know, okay, this is exactly what is going on. Okay, so I was able to learn how to do the tracking of current URLs, printing progress messages at each step, and also knowing where the failures were and being able to fix that. Okay, so that's for my presentation. And any questions? Feel free.
How come I'm not seeing some love signs, some clapping, and all of those
I didn't see
emoticons?
I didn't see anything. Maybe
This
because I was
this was
busy.
great. No, I'm saying that from the people on the call. This was a great presentation. Well done, Josephine. You've put in
Thank
lots of work. I can see the effort to even bring this into your course at uni. That's that is fabulous. Well done for doing this. I love the fact that you said you learned IntelliJ, how to use IntelliJ, and which is also now helping you at uni. And of course, you talked about what you learned, the challenges you had. So it was really, really nice hearing all of that. Well done. Now I'm going to hand over to the people on the call to start asking their questions.
Thank you.
You're
Bring them
welcome.
on.
I love the confidence. Bring them on.
All right, good evening, everyone. Today I'll be presenting my automation testing project. And this project is an e-commerce website. It's a popular one used for testing. I chose it because it's an e-commerce website and it's quite simple. That's why I picked it. So this project automates Parabank using Selenium WebDriver, Cucumber, and Java. So the goal of this project is to simulate a real user performing tasks like login, transferring funds, contacting customer support, and logging out. All this will be done automatically because it's an automation testing project. Next slide. So I'll just give a brief explanation about what automation testing is. So automation testing means using software tools to test applications instead of doing it manually. It saves time, it reduces human error, and it's very useful for repetitive tasks. Next slide. Project objective. The main objective of this project is to automate a complete user journey from login to transferring funds to submitting a contact form for complaints and logging out. So instead of testing each feature manually, the script runs automatically from the beginning to the end. Next slide. So in this project, I used Java. To write the code. Selenium WebDriver was used to control the browser. Cucumber was used for behavior-driven development. Chrome driver was used to connect Selenium to Chrome. Slide. So the reason why we used Cucumber is because Cucumber helps structure. It makes the entire code easy to read, even by a layperson. So this is a simple diagram of our test flow from opening the browser to logging in, to transfer funds, to contact customer support, to log out. So first of all, the browser opens. So I've got my step definitions here, and I've got my project, my feature file. So the first scenario is given the browser is open. So, so the browser opens, you log in, you transfer funds, you contact customer support, and you log out. Then after logging in, the user transfers funds, then fills out the contact form. Finally, he logs out. Everything runs smoothly automatically in sequence. I used given, when, and then BDD structure. I used incognito mode in Chrome. Let's go back to my step definitions. Yeah, I used incognito mode to avoid pop-ups. Then I applied explicit wait of 20 seconds. It was actually 10 seconds initially, but I changed it to 20 seconds because I noticed that there was some delay when the page was loading. So I increased it to 20 seconds. I used ID and CSS selector locators because they seemed to be the best. All the others were a bit, made the code a bit flaky. And yeah, so I used the wait conditions, like wait until visibility of element located is seen, among others. Next slide. Yeah, so I did face some challenges. I noticed on this particular website, I'd already picked the website, and I noticed that it wasn't so great, but I had to work with it. I noticed that some elements loaded slowly. Sometimes Selenium tried to click before the element was ready. Some tests were unstable. So I think these are all common problems with automation testing. So, but I use the CSS locators because I used Expact initially, and it didn't seem to really work. But when I combined ID locators and CSS locators, it seemed to do the job. So the solutions, like I explained earlier, I use WebDriver waits with expected conditions to take up the delays. I improve the element locators by using more of CSS selectors. I properly closed the browser using driver.quit, and this made the automation more reliable. So lessons learned. I learned that synchronization is very important. Clean structure improves maintainability. I also learned that automation saves time in the long run, and if it's properly designed, it makes the code very scalable. It can be used in the future. So I'll just run the test. So for this particular project, I used Selenium WebDriver in step definitions. Then I used the Gherkins in the project in the feature file, and then we've got the test runner. So my test runner is tagged e-commerce project, which is the name of the step definition. So if we run it, or expand. I'm going to expand the terminal for you to see. Okay. Yeah, so thankfully it passed. It did fail a few times because of the timeouts. After I increased the wait to 20 seconds, it seems to help a little. So that's all. It's a short project. It does the job. The user is able to go on an e-commerce website and is able to log in, is able to do a transfer, and is able to contact customer service through the contact form, and he fills a complaint and is able to log out and close the window. And all this is done automatically. So in conclusion, I successfully automated a full banking workflow. This project demonstrates how automation can test real-world applications efficiently. So that's all. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Anthony. Before Mrs. Amber comes in, I want you to do something. Please go to your
Okay.
IntelliJ. Go to your IntelliJ.
Okay.
I was expecting you to do it, but you didn't. I want you to do it for me.
All right.
Go to your yes, this part where you are. Now, like I mentioned when I was talking to Josie a few minutes ago, I'm going
Yeah.
to say something when you are done with this, right? Then I'll tell the reason why. But walk us through this your code, please. Walk us through the code. You don't have to explain all of the interpretations you've given. Okay, I know.
Okay.
Let's check your future files. Let's check your future files.
Feature. Okay. One sec.
Future file.
Yeah.
Okay, so this future file, I can see you have about, from the top of my head, you have about 13 scenarios that you've created, or you've written 13 stuff you want to do. So you can just, even if it's 2 or 3, I'm pretty cool with it. But just go back to your step definition and walk us through each line of your interpretations, or each line of the step definition if possible. I'm going to tell you the reason why when you're done.
Okay. So
Thank you.
for
No,
given.
just forget about
Okay.
this. You can do it in the step definition. Just so you don't have to, yeah, just you can do it here. It's pretty fine to do it here. Thank you.
All right. So these imports they allow external libraries such as Selenium Driver and Cucumber annotations work in our Java code. So that's why we have import here. This imports selenium.by is used to communicate with web elements and ECT. So the first step here is giving the browser is open. So I put in my wait of 20 seconds, my explicit wait. And then the next step, when user is on the main page, driver.get opens the URL. And I applied an explicit wait here as well. And the third step, and user enters username. So yeah, I used a by name. I used the by name locator, yeah. And It's imputed, the send key is imputed, the username. And user enters password. I used a by name as well, a name locator, and it typed in the password, and user clicks login button. I use the CSS selector locator, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So do you
That's
want me
fine.
to, should I
No,
keep?
no, 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 no.
Okay.
That's fine. Thank you.